assessment of things?
There's the good when we are playing, with 11 guys all together. We see some good football, but we're just inconsistent. I think that showed up today. The potential is certainly there. We just got to be hitting on all cylinders a little more often.
And 2 weeks to go before your first game.
Yeah. You're never where you want to be. And so, just talking about having a sense of urgency when we're watching tape and coming back out for practice and taking care of our bodies, because it's going to be here like that. So there's some great individual efforts. There's just things that we have to get better at. We have to be tighter, because the difference between a well-executed play and a bad play is, one person and one technique or something very small. So we gotta tighten some things up.
Did you get any additional clarity on quarterback today?
Oh, just the fact that I think all three of them can do some good things, and I thought they all competed. We're into it. We'll watch the video and make sure that the decision making was where it needs to be, and then obviously it's going to be about moving the team up and down the field and putting the ball in the end zone. We didn't put the ball in the end zone as much as we would have liked today. And I think there's plenty of room where we can get better and be more successful there. But I thought all of them had some good moments.
From the stands, it's hard to see separation between Mendoza and Rogers. Do you see any little things on film that are separating either of them?
Well, it's a competitive group. It's they all have strengths and weaknesses, and what's really just we're trying to give them situations, whether it's playing out in the field, playing in the high red go zone or the low red zone, maybe a 2-minute or a 1-minute situation. So how they're managing that and communicating with the team, making decisions, and again, they're all different, but I'm confident in all of them, and we just got to keep working them and letting those guys come out here and play in those situations, and we make it as realistic as we possibly can.
Will you try and pick a starter by Davis game prep, and would you announce it if you did?
Yeah, we would like to have that done. Whether we announce that or not, we'll see.
How big of a concern is the inconsistency getting into the end zone? It seems like it's been kind of coming up.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things that, again, it could be something so very small that if we can, tighten that one thing up, then all of a sudden you get the ball in the end zone 2 or 3 more times. And so I have full confidence that we can accomplish it, but we got to be urgent when we come back out here to practice.
I think your first 3 quarterbacks had a total of maybe 14 series, and you only gave up 2 touchdowns. So is this a win for the defense today?
Jeez. What we're really looking for, you probably heard me say this, is we're looking for earned plays. If the offense makes a good play, we want them to have to earn it. And it's a contested play by the defense, but it's a really well-executed play by the offense. And vice versa. If the defense makes a stop, we want it to be well-executed and not because we busted somewhere or have a really bad execution at one position or just a bad play by one side of the ball. So, the video will tell us a little more when we watch that here this afternoon. But I thought the defense had some really good moments. I think they're flying around. They come to play. It's a ton of energy over there. You probably hear them. That group's got a lot of energy and very, very competitive. So I thought they brought it today. But again, you saw the offense, especially with that second group. They made some headway, and ultimately we want to see that go back and forth.
X made some nice plays. Is it good to see him at full strength after that?
Yeah, he is, and X has played through some injuries before, and that's part of this game. Being healthy is a relative term in football. To say you're feeling 100% during football season is relative. There's July 28th when it's as good as you're going to feel all year, and then you get into playing football and the bumps and bruises that come with that, and learning what that feels like, building some callus, because that's the reality of playing this game, is there's going to be bumps and bruises, and X is a great example of a guy that plays through that. There's guys on offense that are playing through it as well, so we commend those guys, and you want that to be part of your team culture, that you understand the difference between what's sore and I got to play through and things that obviously are going to keep them out because the trainers and doctors see it necessary.
Harris and Hunter continue to flash in almost every practice. Have they earned an occasional look with the 1s and 2s in practice coming up?
Who are you talking about?
Harris and Hunter.
Which Harris? We got CJ. Yeah. And CJ got some more run today, and I think CJ's done a really good job. We've continued to, the hard thing now is just, we've gotten a lot of reps. I think we're like almost 1,200 team / 7-on for the camp, maybe 1,300 now, and so each of those quarterbacks are probably around 350 or almost 400. And so he's done a really good job, and we're going to continue to give him opportunities. And really, he's been better than we thought. And just to be transparent, you watch the video and you get to know him in a pretty short time frame during that recruiting process and coming out of the portal, but he throws the ball better, he's bigger, and he runs better than we even thought he would. So he's done a heck of a job.
So Hunter's made play after play every time.
He has, and if he's got to just stay on that trend. And really proud of him, because there have been some times in the past where you kind of see the ups and downs, and he has done a nice job, and he's practicing every day, and he's showing up, because again, there's guys that get dinged up, and when that happens, somebody's going to get the opportunity to take those reps, and he's done that. And I think he's done a great job of taking advantage of the reps that have been afforded to him, because maybe a couple other guys are out.
And another 13 guy that flashes every single day too is Isaac Torres. What thoughts on him?
Same thing. I think we talked way back when, first couple days, just especially that receiver room. Number 1 through 10. I mean, we'll see. I still couldn't quite tell you. Maybe a little better idea, but there's 6, 7, 8, 9 guys who can play, and there's a urgency to be healthy and be on the field, because everybody's playing for a spot.
You got 2 days in Sacramento. It's going to be a little warmer than here. Is that the primary reason for going there?
Yeah.
What are you hoping to see?
Oh, those heat waves coming off the turf.
So you're rooting for 100 degrees?
Sure, let's do it.
Coach, you talked about that energy. How much does what David Reese does out there rub off on their?
I love it, man. Reese is a really competitive dude. He brings that every day. He's a vocal guy. He's an alpha. Like, that's his mentality, and I love the energy he brings to practice. He does it every single day.
I know you guys are getting by without Siape right now, but what's the status of the first team O-line? How's that playing out?
Well, again, there's certain guys that are going with the ones right now. We're trying to find the best 5, and there will likely be some rotation in there, and we're hoping to get Siape back as fast as possible.
How would you rate the run defense through 15 practices here?
Yeah, some days, some moments pretty good. Other times we've got increased a little bit, so just improved, but needs, can always be better. We're going to demand more each and every time we come out here. Until we stop them every down, we're going to continue to demand more.